Hello, everyone's. I am here for Ambitions Season 1, Episode 12. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So, y'all know last season, the mid-season finale, we had a lot. Senior was shot in the back of the restaurant. Joaquin was kidnapped in the middle of the night. S&M lady who works with Evan, she was found strangled. So in this episode, we putting the pieces together. Now, Amara wants to know what happened between Titus and Stephanie, because me walking into your hotel, going to your hotel, and Stephanie opened the door is not looking good. She opened the door and wearing a robe, and you got a towel on. This not looking good. So make this make sense to me. He says that he didn't sleep with Stephanie, and Stephanie's doing what she does best, which is manipulate the situation. I was like, okay, that could be very well much true, because this is what she likes to do. But that doesn't explain why she is in your hotel room. So explain that to me. This is what Amara is saying. So he says that he was down at the bar. She was down at the bar. Let's go somewhere more private. Now, I don't know why you as a married man and her as a married woman need to be going somewhere private together. I don't know. So they went up to his hotel room. They were talking. He thought she was leaving, so he went to the shower. But she didn't leave. She got out of her clothes and put on a robe and opened up the door just in time for you to come there. I was like, I could see that happening. But he does say he thought about sleeping with Stephanie, but he thought about all the years they've had together and his love for her, and that's what stopped him. And I know that, got her just a little bit, because he thought about it but didn't do it. She thought about having sex with Damon, did it, and continued to do it until I guess she got caught, came forward. I don't know, but that's what he said. And I was like, yeah, I could see that happening. I could see not Amara, but I could see Stephanie trying to get back at Amara after all these years. It's been 25 years since she has been with Titus, and she's been probably plotting for the past 25 years. Whenever she get the opportunity to, mess these two up, this is what she's gonna do, regardless of the fact that she is in a marriage. And yeah, granted, her and Evan do not like each other. She is married herself and got children, but is still worrying about what these two are going on in their relationship. The police get to the restaurant, and they believe since Senior's wallet and the engagement ring that he was going to get to Lulene was missing, that this appears to be a robbery. Rondell knows differently. She has been threatened for the last few months by Greg Peters and associates. She knows this isn't just a robbery. She already knows that, hey, Stephanie was so worried that she tried to have a bodyguard put out on me, but instead of them killing Rondell, they killed Senior. But Evan wants the police to make this top priority. I know we're trying to figure out what else is going on in the city, but this is top priority. We need to know who killed my father and who else is involved. Now over at Bella's house, she's waking up looking for Joaquin, and she can't find him anywhere. At first, she assumed that he's playing, hide and seek or something like that, until she goes into his room, and there is an old school ransom note where they didn't take clippings from from magazines to do this ransom. And I was like, your first thought wasn't, okay, where is Ignacio? Because he was the last person in the house with you. I would assume the last person in the house with us would be the number one suspect, but her mind ain't going there right now. It's just that we got this ransom note, and what we gonna do. So, I already went through all that. Hold up. About Titus and Amara. I already went through all that before that scene happened, so just roll with me, y'all. So, now Evan has to go over there, and Lee was trying to figure out what happened to Senior at the restaurant, because now he got to go figure out what happened to Joaquin. And she doesn't think Roderick had anything to do with it. Like, yeah, he sent her a cake saying that, you're a whore and all these things, but he wouldn't go as far as to, kidnap Joaquin. I was like, yeah, I don't think he would do that neither. He was angry because, one, you was cheating on him, and two, y'all was supposed to set up Evan together, but you backstabbed him and went on Evan's side, and then Evan kind of paid you this yet again. But, as far as kidnapping, nah, that don't sound like him. But he's kind of looking at her like, did you have something to do with this kidnapping? Because you do like to play a lot of games. So is this one of your tricks again? And she's like, no, I would never do that. I was like, you gotta ask because you had a lot going on with you, Miss Bella. So yeah, okay. One of the security guards says that S&M lady, she is still alive and the room has been scrubbed clean, so don't worry, no fingerprints, no hair, no none of anything that has anything to do with you is in that room, okay? But it's good the S&M lady is alive. Speaking of S&M lady, Mara saves her life because, S&M lady, I can't think of her name. She is in the hospital bed and like some random, what appears to be a nurse just comes in with a needle full of something that's finna give her something in her IV, and then Amara comes in and then, nurse kind of like scurries off. Now, I have been in the hospital a few times, and anytime there's a nurse coming in, she'll be like, hey, my name is such and such. I'll be your nurse on this shift. And, once my shift is over, your nurse will come in and they'll introduce themselves. I was like, okay, that's how nurses work. This woman just came in wearing scrubs and had a needle. And if you wouldn't, a suspicious person like me, you would think that she's just a regular nurse. But oh no, she is not. The real nurse comes in and, she's like, I'm her nurse. She's not supposed to have visitors. And Amara was like, well, the other nurse just said this, that, and the third. She's going to give her medication. She was like, I am her only nurse. So, okay, Amara, being the smart person she is, whoever tried to strangle her before is trying to, finish the job. So there's going to be a 24-hour guard outside of her door for how long we need this guard outside of her door. Yeah, I was like, that's smart thinking. Amara, like, if Amara hadn't have been there, if she had been like maybe 5 minutes late, S&M lady might not be with us anymore. Evan, he's at the office and he gets a call from a distorted voice saying they know about him and Bella and they have Joaquin and they won $1 million. So now we gotta, how do I just get $1 million out of the bank without raising any flags or anything, without Stephanie noticing like all these things, and then I have to deal with my daddy being killed, S&M lady, she in the hospital, excuse me, she not dead, but somebody trying to kill her. That is a lot going on in just this one episode. Amara goes to see Rondell to give her condolences and says, killing somebody is not going to bring Senior back. That's only going to put you in jail. She said she wished they had killed her like they had been threatening to do, and, Senior would still be here. I was like, that's not going to help anything because, you will be gone and then Senior will be in your place. Amara tells Rondell that she's going to do everything in her power to find out who killed Senior. Now, Stephanie in all of her evilness comes in and sees Amara and Rondell embracing because, you just lost your father. Stephanie already don't like Amara, really don't really care too much for Rondell either, even though they family don't care for... I think the only person she cares about was Senior, and that is it. Rondell and Evan, they can chuck deuces. Y'all can kick rock somewhere. She don't care about them. But like all of her evilness, she's telling her how she slept with Evan and how she was a rebound and he always wanted her. She was like, we've been married for 21 years. That's a long rebound. And he's like, he wanted to hurt me, so he had sex with my best friend. You used that baby that you couldn't carry at the time to trap him into marriage, and he stayed stuck around out of obligation. The truth hurts destiny, boo-boo. And Amara was like, you know what? I'm going to take you down. And she's like, what did you say? Far greater women have tried and failed to take me down. I was like, you don't know Amara. Like, the grave you dig for me is the one you digging for yourself. I was like, that kind of sounded like a Tyler Perry moment. Well, okay, we're going to roll with it. But I was like, Stephanie, you raggedy and you evil. You were in your father-in-law's restaurant who just died, and you over here bragging that you slept with somebody other than your husband, and how that man still wants you and you can still get him anytime. Like, really? Senior ain't even dead a good 24 hours and you over there acting like that in his restaurant. Child, I couldn't. Y'all, right off the bat, I was already suspicious of the friend of Bella's because she was not showing that, somebody close to her was kidnapped. She wasn't right off the bat. I did not. I don't know. I already knew she had something to do with it. Like, let me go over to my friend's house and they crying because, their child has been kidnapped. I'm going to show some type of concern. I'm going to be freaking out a little bit. I'm going to be pacing. I'm going to be like, oh my goodness, what we going to do? Because when I get nervous, I get to rocking. I get to grabbing on the shoulder like I do when I get, scared or watching a scary movie. I don't know what it is about my right shoulder that I got to grab on, but I do it. Don't make sense, but I do it. I will be showing some type of concern, some type of emotion, crying if I hadn't already started crying once I got the news. She is doing none of these things. So I was like, yeah, she had something to do with Joaquin, being missing. She was jealous of Bella, one, it being in an affair with Evan, and two, having Roderick on the side. You got these two powerful rich men, and what do I have? Nothing? Like, she was just too calm throughout the whole situation. And me being a third generation suspicion as I am, I probably would have clocked it. I've been like, why ain't she upset like I'm upset? But maybe, Bella, she wasn't thinking that, hey, my friend would have something to do with this. Like, Amara, she comes home and, like, the refrigerator's open. And, Titus, he living at the hotel, so should nobody be in the house. So she gets her a knife and she ready to get slicing and dicing. Well, it's Deja, home from college when she shouldn't be. Deja talking about she quit school because Razor broke up with her. I'm like, child, you quit school because of some boy named Razor? I'm gonna need you to sit all the way down somewhere and stay there until I say get up. You doing too much. She's like, everyone at school is talking about it. You just don't understand. It is so hard for me. He even stopped following me on social media. Excuse me? You quitting school, but we paying goods money for you to go to school. And you quitting because of some boy named Razor. He not even a grown man. We gonna still call him a little boy. A little boy named Razor. This is what you telling me? Now, is that the same girl that played Deja before? Because the girl before had braids and she looked different. This is like a totally different girl. I don't remember. I could have went back and looked, but I didn't. And I was hoping y'all knew. But that looked like a totally different girl to me. I'm like, you need to sit all the way down doing all this over some boy named Razor. Let's move over to Greg Peters' house. I find it nasty and a shame that Greg's cousin knows how he gets down in the bedroom. Yes. Why and how do you know these things, cousin? That's nasty. And she sounded so proud of it. Child, Stephanie confronts Greg about killing Senior. She's like, you killed my children's grandfather. He said, if it wasn't you, it was your cousin. And I'm going to go after her. He's like, yeah. You tough and all, but you ain't got nothing on my cousin, all right? I'm going to need you to you might want to fall back on that because my cousin, she is about that life and you not about what she doing. Like, clearly she's about that life. Never mind, we're not even going to go there. Back over at Bella's house, Bella tells her friend the reason why she didn't hear the door being jimmied because she was with Ignacio. She's like, you was with Ignacio? She was like, yeah, I know I promised that I wouldn't do it. The friend says, didn't he just leave her for Brazil, like out of the blue? That sounds suspicious. That can't be a coincidence. He's the one that took Joaquin. I was like, okay, here we go. We pushing, blame on somebody else. No, Ignacio would never do that. He would never do such a thing like that. He would never. Evan comes in wondering why the friend is still there. Like, we're not supposed to be explaining anything to nobody else. Nobody is supposed to know that Joaquin is being held for ransom. So why are you telling the friend that he is being held for ransom? Well, somebody has to take care of me. Half of my daddy just died. Didn't only die, my daddy got killed. I'm trying to be here for you, and I'm trying to find out where Joaquin is. But you're pushing it, girl. You're pushing it. But he says that the police have found a body around of a boy that was around the age of Joaquin. So she gets to, freaking out and doing all the things that she does and everything else. So Greg's cousin is saying that I didn't realize she was the one that tried to kill S&M lady, and that I strangled her. And I went after her again, but y'all going it that up. Mara was there and she got me. Like, child, you're doing too much. Like, she tried to kill her at the hospital. She strangled her and everything else. And she said she going after Stephanie next. That is her plan. She after I finished off S&M lady, that strangling didn't work, and I almost had her at the hospital. But doggone it, it was those doggone pesky Amara that fooled my plan. But next, it will be Stephanie. He's like, if you go after Stephanie, if you touch Stephanie, I'm going to turn you into stew. You just can't kill her. Why does she have to become stew? Because stew is delicious. Stew you eat. Why are we turning her into stew? What are we? American Horror Story Apocalypse? When they turned stew into stew? I guess. So, just like my gut and my suspicions told me, Bella's friend and Ignacio, I believe that was Ignacio, were behind the kidnapping of Joaquin. She made sure that Bella didn't call the police. She made it a point to throw blame towards Ignacio. But Joaquin didn't seem like he was stressed or like he was kidnapped. He just had headphones on playing a video game. Now, if this had been me as a child, and, I was awake and got out of my bed at nighttime by somebody who wasn't my mama or a family member, I'm going to be wondering what's going on. I wouldn't be so calmly unless they threatened him and we didn't see it. I wouldn't just be calmly sitting there playing video games. I would be wondering in my head, where's my mama at? Where's my grandma? Where's my brother? Where's our auntie, uncle, daddy? Where is somebody at? Why isn't any of my family here? And I'll go a step further. Close family friends that my mama trusts. Okay, I could see that if, where is somebody that I know is at? Because somebody would have told me, okay, I wake up and I'm not at home. I'm at my grandma's house, and somehow they was able to wake me up and transfer me from my bed to my grandma's house. Somebody would have woken me up like, oh, baby, your mama had to go somewhere. Somebody in the family would be like, oh, baby, I got you for your mom. Your mama had to go to the, she had to go to, run to the grocery store, she had to run a few errands. Something like that. I would have been asking some type of questions. And also thinking that something about this don't sound right. So, y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your peoples, and you can become one of my peoples. If you're returning, you're a family member, you're one of my peoples, well, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.